Sin Racing has decided to enter the smaller scale realm of awesome RC cars that look amazing and hopefully drive just as good. This is my first Sin Racing vehicle, and they decided to allow me to review one for them. They've been watching my videos, so they know that I don't sugarcoat stuff I don't like. This is licensed by Ford, like their larger models are, that again, I have never had, but they do look good. And other than the fact that it's brushless, I don't know much about it. Other than it is a 1/16 scale. Whoa. That's small. Actually, you know what? That's probably about right. That is a huge transmitter. Here it is next to a 1/14 scale MJX. So really, I would say size-wise, it's actually about right. On camera, they almost look the same size, but this is visually smaller. The specs do sound good. It's got all ball bearings, high torque servo saver, in-point adjustments, built-in fail-safe, oil-filled shocks with hardened steel polished shock shafts, adjustable caster, ride height, front and rear cambers. It's got an aluminum center drive shaft and differentials with 6 gears in them, which is standard most of the time anyway. Not always for small stuff. That transmitter is humongous and almost looks like a toy, but it does have a good feel to it otherwise. You got a nice colored owner's manual in here, along with some more stickers. Manual for that. You got a sheet showing how the molded plastic parts go on, but they're already installed. Owner's manual shows some very basics, and then it shows you your exploded parts diagrams, which also include part numbers, few tools, and some extra body pins. The colors look nice. The car itself looks very good. It's very lightweight feeling. It uses socket head hex screws as wheel bolts, foam bumper. For the size of the car, the tires feel good. They don't feel like they'll be very grippy, and with something so lightweight, that's probably what we're gonna want. Still rubbery, they still have squish, but it doesn't feel like there's much or any foam in there, and of course, not a very aggressive tread pattern. Again, I think that's going to be desirable for this. I expect they've done some R&D in that department to get this just right. Front and rear differentials with 6 gears, as we know. So I will be driving this on dirt and on some pavement. I want to get a really good feel for how well it goes. We will test the speed. We'll drive it rather aggressively, just like I do everything. Not anything ridiculous, just aggressive and sort of recklessly, just so we can get an idea of how well it also takes realistically RC'd crashes. I hope that makes sense. The Ford Puma Red Bull Rally Edition. Hobbywing electronics. The ESC and the power switch are actually mounted to the battery strap, to which there is not a battery included. It looks like that'll fit Relarlo batteries. XT60 connector, 3600 kV brushless motor. That is a 2838 servo over here with a servo saver installed. The receiver is inside of a box, so it will at least be splash proof. I'm gonna take a wheel off and look behind those in a second. It uses pillow ball suspension in the front, plastic universal joint axles, plastic differential drive cups. I have a feeling those gears are probably plastic also. This is how the battery tray works. Just pull that up. Also has an adjustable stopper so you can shorten the length of the battery that you're using. As stated on the box, it does have oil-filled shocks. Feels pretty good. Yeah, definitely no center differential. While that's always nice, I'm not surprised that it's not in something this small. It looks like it's constructed pretty well. We have lots of screws. However, those screws are all Phillips. We most certainly do prefer hex screws most of the time. There's a few hex screws. While not always a problem, in some cases, Phillips screws, these are coming out just fine it seems like, but Phillips screws are a little bit easier to strip out than hex screws are. Yeah, all those are loosening up easily. The fact that it's pretty much an all plastic car, there won't be any Loctite. Most likely all the screws will come out okay. I will pop off the pinion gear cover. I want to look at the motor mount and the spur gear, see if there's adjustability on the pinion size. Yes, that is a sliding motor mount, so that's pretty cool. Or is that sliding? No, it's not sliding. It's just 3 different holes that you can put the upper motor screw in. Plastic spur gear. There's that nice blue aluminum center drive shaft. So it comes with a 16-tooth pinion It's set right in the middle so you can go bigger or smaller, and it's a 0.6 mod gear. So here's a CNHL battery, the same size as the Relarlos, and this has me thinking, hold on a second, this might not take a 3S battery. This CNHL is too tall for the battery tray top thingy to fit in its little slider hole. This is a 2S and 3S capable ESC though, but it's gonna have to be smaller. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll start out with 2S, we'll see if it takes a 3S, and if it does, then yippee, it'll be even faster, and if not, hopefully it's still fun with a 2S battery. And as what seems to happen so often these days, I'm coming in at you from the future. Confirmed it does take 3S, and you will see me a couple more times here in the next few minutes. With the stickers that it gives you, you get to choose between 2 different professional drivers. So you can put your 13 sticker on there and your sticker in the window and practically put yourself in the driver's seat, but not really because you won't be able to see out that windshield. That's a little crooked. Don't look at that one. Look at this one. Confirmed, this will run 3S. We're just gonna have to have this be bowed up a little bit to fit the 3S batteries that I have. Here's the 2S MJX battery in there, and it even makes this bow up a little bit, but it is higher capacity. That is a loud servo. It's got torque. Wow, yeah, it's got torque. No lights to worry about. It does not have a gyro. But if you like rally cars, it's definitely one of the best looking minis out there. Now, I wouldn't really call it a mini. These are minis. One of the best looking small scale RC rally cars out there. It's definitely got burnout power. Not that it's difficult to burn out on this surface. So it does come with this Allen key for removing the wheels. 8.5mm hexes. All right, a quick pavement burn around on 2S, speed test, and then 3S. All the same stuff. Oh, I just noticed the porta potties are gone. The grass is a little bit extra fertilized right there. A little bit of a brighter green. I don't want to drive through it though. Even the suspension's working nice. Easy to control. It goes in the directions in which you're trying to tell it to. It does get a little squirrely, but it corrects itself very well with the steering. I guess the best way to describe it is it's very responsive. When it loses control, it's relatively simple to bring it back into control. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, the dogs usually love these things. Nice fun thing for them to chase sometimes.
It's high speed.
Yes, it's high speed, that's right. I think this turns the dual rate down. It slides really good though. These tires are awesome, no gyro. Hopefully it won't be too much of a handful on 3S. See how many speedages that was. 22. Hopefully something like, I don't know, 33 on 3S. Oh, that was close. This is the MJX 2S battery, by the way. It keeps overcorrecting on these leaves. Well, I say it's really me. There's no gyro. I'm the one doing it. Yeah. It's not turning well on top of all these leaves. A little four-wheel burnout action. Oh, this is all leaves. And we still got wet ground. And more rain coming. Let's try some grass. Nope, not so good in the grass. Or the leaves. At least we got this area. so small and light, it's not even making tracks. Could make a good getaway vehicle. No one would be able to follow you. This is good on smooth dirt. Probably would be even better if it was dry. Very good on pavement. Definitely curious if I'll be able to keep this in a straight line on 3S. I don't know. Even though I like lights on rally cars, it's really nice and just less stressful to be able to pull a body off and not have to worry about wires. So here's the battery. One thing I don't like about this battery tray, or I should say another thing, is that there's not a high enough wall separating the battery from the drive shaft. Oh, something got in there. A rock or something. MJX 3S battery going in. Since these are less capacity, 2,000 instead of 3,000, they're not any taller, so it'll still fit. So if you turn the car on first, the wheels turn to the right. I guess as like a warning, like you're supposed to turn on the transmitter first, doofus. And then it automatically fixes itself. If you turn on the transmitter first, it still turns to the right and then back. Ooh, rolling burnouts. See, and it's hard to get the steering trim right. That's what I don't like. I don't really care for digital trim adjustments. Like, it's hard to tell when it actually moves or not. Maybe that's good. Yep, this is gonna be a handful. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Boom. 31. All right. Doing something? Yeah, what? An axle broke. I was just about to say that this is handling and driving on 3S just as good as it was on 2S. And then an axle broke. Yep, the axles are a definite weak point and they have supposedly been fixed. This release was actually delayed a little bit so that they could put thicker axles in them, from what I've been told. So you're gonna see me break a few more of them, but I will keep the video as I already had it so you can kind of see my thought process of going through the axles, figuring it out. Plus they're gonna have metal upgrades for them, because they did send me extra axles, so I really put them to the test to make sure they're not gonna break easy and then find out that they're gonna upgrade them anyway. So I don't know, it's kind of a fun little journey to go on. Here we go. Sin Racing actually sent me some extra axles so that I can continue testing it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replace the broken one and I'm gonna put 2 full 2S packs through it. Some smoothish dirt and some asphalt. I wanna make sure it can survive both those packs perfectly. And if it does, then I'm gonna put a 3S back in it. And I'll be sure to be extra gentle. Maybe it was a bad axle. Maybe it was a faulty piece of axle. A bad casting. Things happen, I guess. So maybe that's what it was. It happened seemingly during normal use. And that's this axle that's not broken. Gotta take out the other wheel. It's 2:30 in the morning. Give me a break. Bearings are just shielded, not rubber sealed. Axle doesn't seem to have any hollow points, but you can tell where it looks twisted. You know what I just noticed? This actually has droop screws, but not in the traditional sense. I'll show you that in a second. Hold on a minute, that's kind of cool. So if you look right here, it's got droop screws on the upper control arms. Usually you see them down here where they'll push against the chassis and raise the arms up. That's what the droop screws do. It's so you can actually lower the car to change or improve handling for your style. This one though has it on the upper control arm where it pushes against the differential housing and does essentially the same thing. And to adjust it, you can actually reach it easily going through the wheel spokes. So simple procedure if you do decide to adjust those. Sounds like I got a rock stuck in there somewhere. Well, I'm just gonna hope it works itself out. Ow. Oh, now we're really getting loud. I think I definitely have to investigate this. I didn't drive my truck today. I forgot I don't have gloves in there. Sounds like there might be something stuck in the pinion and spur gear. I'm on my passenger seat workbench here, and yes, there was a rock in the spur gear. Well, not a rock, a tiny little piece of sand from the dirt over there. Probably want to stay away from this stuff. When you imagine how much of that's flying around under the body, well, it's bound to get somewhere it's not supposed to, but thing is, in that gear cover, there wasn't a big opening, so it's able to squeeze in somewhere. So, gonna be best to stay away from that stuff, probably, unless you make yourself some inner fenders. Oh, and there I go, right in it. Ah. Ah. Still on the first pack and my hands are freezing. Just a matter of time before this baseball field is all grass. Man, that's not what I meant to. Oh, well, that cracked the bumper. Definitely not what I meant to do. This parking lot's really rough, and it still does a good job on it. Oh, there went a wheel. Another broken axle. That one I blame on stupidity and cold weather. Combined, that's a bad thing. And that's a stick. Let's see, right here there's less of a bump. Man, this battery's lasting forever. I'm gonna try to keep it on the sidewalk for this whole stretch. Full speed. Oh, almost made it. Oh, and there we go. Now... And that's another axle, folks. Finally, the one on the other side. Cool thing is, you can replace these axles without even removing the body. Luckily, my heater's keeping me at a toasty 43 degrees. And no, that's not Celsius. Considering scale, that is a really good rally suspension. The arches aren't too big, it sits really nice, but look at that travel. So all of that was on one 2S battery, and it still never died on me. So now I'm gonna take it to a smoother parking lot that's much more open and just rip through the entire other 2S battery. I feel like it's gonna be at least 20 minutes. It's hard to know for sure when you're filming because you stop and start and move around and change locations, but I'll put on the screen about how long this battery lasted. And again, it still didn't die. Obviously, it seems like there might be a weak point in these rear axles. It sounds like there will be upgrades available, but hopefully they make these better because they are breaking too easy. With that said, let's rip it around on a smooth parking lot one more time, full 2S battery pack. Hopefully nothing breaks. I only have one axle left, and if it lives through that, that's awesome, and then we'll 3S it and just see how long it takes, again on smoothness, for it to snap, twist in half. Twist, snap, snap, twist. Twist, snap. Twap. It's gonna, how long it takes to twap. Okay, so I did just receive word last night that they are updating these axles. Sounds like they heard the feedback, so they have delayed the release slightly. Of course, it's available now, but this video would have been out a little bit sooner. Okay, well I made it about 15 minutes and started to fall asleep. I needed more speed. So nice smooth terrain, it can handle 2S just fine, but we've already been told that these axles are gonna be beefier anyway, so they are still gonna be plastic. So I don't know how much beefier. So let's just see how long these old axles last on 3S, on the smoothness. Oh yeah. It's so much more fun. Oh. Oh, looks like it finally happened. Yep. Oh, and a front one that time. Front and a rear. Oh, and a massive rock in there. These poor axles, man. Look at that axle graveyard. I had one left, but I broke two in that last run, as you saw literally seconds ago. For me, it was more like a week ago, but obviously they had an issue with axles, and it sounds like they are fixing that. The only problem is I don't know how much stronger the new ones are going to be because I don't have any on hand. They obviously know about the issue, so I would think an improvement is going to fix the issue, and supposedly they will have metal upgrades available very soon. And I think I'm going to get a set of those, and I'll probably test those out on the second channel. With that said, this was definitely a very fun little mini car. The tires are like perfectly non-aggressive, and it makes this thing handle really well. And sometimes the servo just makes noise for no reason. It never acted up on me, it just makes noise. I slammed really hard into that parking block and it did crack, but it stayed cracked. It never broke completely, even after more crashes. Nothing else broke, everything else is perfectly fine under the hood. Now I really dislike mentioning prices in my video because they change. They'll go up, they'll go down, and that can be misleading for people watching in the future. But there are definitely going to be people that think this price is too high. And in my opinion, it is a little too high. Not everyone's going to think that. You definitely have some premium things that make it worth it. You have a licensed body that looks great. You've got solid electronics, and you have tires that seem like they might just last forever, because I've probably got over 2 hours of driving on this already. Of course, that's expected with a lightweight vehicle, but I mean, the tires on this and this will wear out rather quickly, and then tires on these things wear out in like 1 or 2 battery packs if you're on it hard enough. And of course, there's upgrades available. So I don't know, opinions always vary vastly on prices, so that's always up to you. If you haven't entered yet, don't forget I have a raffle on this big old 1/7 scale MJX. Look at the size of that thing. It's huge. And you know what? This might end up being the last rally car video of the year. I don't have any more new release rally cars here waiting for a review. I've got parts ordered for this poor thing, but I don't think they'll be here in time. Oh look, I got new lighting over my bench. It's kind of temporarily set right now for testing. And I've got more over there. It kind of looks like a sad frog from this angle. This is all 768 watts of lighting in here. It seems like this is pretty good though. Let me know what you think. Is it better? Is it worse?